Hello, this is Derek. Uh, this video is basically talking about my surgery. Uh, I had ACDF surgery, which is arterial. Oh shit, what is it called? Anyway, basically they just fused a disc in my neck. They went in through the front. I don't know if you won't be able to see that through the beard. They went in, fused a C5, C6 disc. Yeah, C5, C6 disc. They used let me get that out of the way. I got my microphone on. So this is the cord for it. The microphone's right here. One of my earbuds. There we go. So that's not in the camera. Anyway, they went in, previous accident, I fell like 12 or 15 feet onto my neck. Hiking accident. And it herniated a bunch of discs. It herniated the C4, C5, C6, C7, and then the C7, C8 discs. I think it was C8. Anyway, and then it compressed my entire T-level spine and blew out like the L2, L3, and L4 discs. And that was about 8 years ago. Anyway, my surgery was July 24th, 2020. Prior to that, in April, for the last, 5-6 years now, I've been doing pretty good, pretty decent. And back in April, I sat up out of bed, heard a crunch, and just immediate pain, and I went down screaming. I had to have the ambulance pull me out of the house, and it turns out my disc, the C5, C6 disc, completely disintegrated, and half of it completely disintegrated. The other half blew itself into my spinal cord, so it pinched off a lot of things. So it did a lot of damage back there, and it was causing numbness down my left arm and a lot of pain in both arms. So anyway, they booked me in for July 24th. Surgery was at about 11. I go in and as far as, the surgery, they said I was knocked out. I definitely wasn't knocked out. I was awake for that entire fucking thing. The fucking pain was unreal. I could feel every jab with the scalpel and everything, and at some point I remember I was screaming, trying to tell them I wasn't out, and obviously they didn't hear me, so my conscience was awake. But everything else looked like I was out. And then at some point I did wake up in reality again. I was paralyzed from my waist down. And I started screaming because it hurt like a son of a bitch. And then they knocked me out. And then I woke up a second time. I was paralyzed from my neck down. All I could really feel was my throat and my lungs. I've never been able to feel my lungs before, but that was the only thing I could feel. And I was screaming. It felt like I was on fire, and I remember I screamed at them just to kill me. I kept screaming, kill me, kill me, kill me. It was unreal. And then after they knocked me out the second time is when shit got interesting. I haven't told anyone this before, only my mom. This is my testimony. They transferred me into the MRI machine. When I was in the MRI, I don't even know how to put this. This is too messed up even for me. It started, right, it was weird because it was like I was standing outside of my body watching myself in the MRI. There was a man standing beside me. I didn't know who he was at first. And then all of a sudden, I saw Lucifer laying over top of me, whispering something in my ear. And then it quickly realized that man standing beside me was Christ. And every time Lucifer would whisper something, I would deny him. He did it 3 times and I denied him each time. And then he grabbed my shoulders and started slamming my body off the table in the MRI. I remember I was crying a lot and screaming, and then at one point I screamed out for Yeshua, and it all stopped. He turned and looked at me, because at this point I was still outside my body, and he said, "It is done. You passed." And then I wake up, and I was just being pulled out of the MRI, and I could feel my hands again. I started just moving my hands and moving my feet. My entire surgical team was sitting there. And they, at some point right after I got pulled out, they must have knocked me out again or something, or I passed out through shock. And I don't even know where to go on that. And I woke up in the spinal ICU. Now, one thing that really, to kick it all off, was when Lucifer was tempting me for the 3 times, it felt like I was on fire. Like, not even normal fire. That was the hottest fire I've ever felt. It's almost like a acetylene torch burn, except 1,000 times worse. And it was my entire body. It was so hot, it burned like a son of a bitch. Now, I've had religious experiences before. I'm a Christian, born again Christian. Nothing like this. I mean, what are you shaking? I'm born again Christian, and I sit there and smoke, but this is the only thing calming me down right now. It's messed up. Anyway, I just wanted to share that as my testimony for Christ. I'm kind of wondering if that was my judgment. Because Lucifer normally gets us when we're at our weakest points. And for me, that was my absolute weakest. I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. Couldn't get away from it. And that little son of a bitch knew it. He sat there and he forced himself, or he forced me to put up with his ass. And the only person that saved me out of that was Christ. The point is, you can do anything through him. He protected me through that. And that was a massive test. Everyone has their own kind. Anyway, I'm going to get going. I just want to let you guys know on that. Anyway, as always, have fun.